Are you ready to work your business successfully in just 15 minutes a day? Did you think that was possible to work your business just 15 minutes a day and be able to see results? You can. And we're going to go over that in this training. So this is something that I kind of adopted. It was quite a while ago. I was doing my podcast and I really wanted to speak to the people who were working this business along with working a full-time job, because I was working a full-time job then, working a full-time job now. So that's why I'm bringing it back. But my point in talking about how you could do this was because I had to teach myself how to do this, because working a full-time job and trying to work this as a business full-time as well, it can be very overwhelming, right? When you really sit down and think about all of the things that you want to accomplish in your business, you will come out with a long list, okay? When you are trying to be current on follow-ups, on samples, on answering messages or texts and things like that, right? Not to mention if you're doing parties, if you're doing events, if you're doing fundraisers, right? All of that. And then if you've got a team on top of it, how are you able to do all of those things and help your team members all at the same time, right? We all have the same amount of hours every single day. Every single day we have the same amount of hours. So I really wanted to look at how were people able to do it. And I felt like I was struggling, because I was struggling for a while. And I sat down and I made a list. And I started kind of pulling forward some of these concepts, which has honestly just kept my business going all of this time. But now that I am not only, I've been working full-time back in the operating room, and also now getting ready to jump start into full-time nursing school. It's a lot with my business on top of it, right? So I've been going back to that concept, right? Now, I personally will be able to carve out a little bit more than 15 minutes a day, but the concept is the same, regardless if you have 15 minutes a day, if you have an hour a day, maybe you've got more time every single day, right? The whole point in being able to kind of narrow this down is to give you a good base of what you need to be doing to work your business. Working your business is as simple as being consistent and creating habits that are intentional and in line with what you're wanting to happen in your business. If this is a hobby for you, this does not apply, okay? So you can just go ahead, skip ahead to the next video. It's fine, I'll be here. If you want to increase your customer base, if you want to increase your sales, if you want to increase where you are in your business, get a promotion, build a team, do all of these things, then these tips are going to help you. And I say this from personal experience because this is how I've gotten to where I am today. Today, right here, right now, right? As a store director, this is how I've gotten here. The whole point of me sharing this is to show you that it's possible. Because you may think that it's not. Like I said, I found myself in the same boat, thinking I don't understand. These people, obviously, they don't have to work a full-time job like I do. Or back when I had, when she's going to be 14 at Christmas. But when I started this business, she was 1.5. I had a little one running around and trying to work and everything else, right? So when you have younger kids, if you're trying to take care of kids, or if you've got loved ones you're taking care of, you have other responsibilities. Maybe you're in school too. Let's be besties. Okay, this is a lot, right? But the fact of the matter is this: I am still successful in my business while doing all of those things just as much as when I actually work Scentsy full time. So how does that work, right? Because I don't have 8 hours to sit here in my office and work my business dedicated, right? 5 days a week, 4 days a week, whatever it was. I think I was more or less working like 4 days a week when I was doing this full time. I would take Fridays off and kind of give myself that break during the week. Because even working from home and doing this business full time, I just truly needed a day for me, needed a day, right? We all need that self-care. So here's what we're going to walk away with today is we're going to really set up a schedule. Okay. We're going to set up something that will only take you as little as 15 minutes a day. Okay. Here is the key. You have to be consistent and you have to dedicate that time. You have to be intentional with it, okay? You have to be intentional. So, what are some things that you could be doing in that 15 minutes a day, right? One of the things that I have done is and you guys, if you've watched any of my other training videos, if you've heard me talk before, then you know I'm pretty open about this, right? I do a theme for each day of the week. Each day of the week is a different theme because that way I know I'm touching all the parts of my business, okay? I keep a digital planner. I'm also, with school, I have a paper planner, but I also have like my notebook. Here's my notebook over here, right? Full of all of my notes and everything there, right? So I'm kind of a nice little hybrid of digital, paper planning, and a planner, like a happy planner, all of the above. I like to be able to jump back and forth. And for me, I'm able to track things differently and in a different medium. So no matter how it is that you plan, I want you to just kind of take these nuggets in and really figure this out. So what you need to do is sit down and decide what are the areas that you need to focus on in your business. For me, that is sales, sponsoring, retention, and follow-up. I put follow-up in a whole different category because it is so essential that I feel it needs its own category. But that's just me and what I focus on in my business, okay? All right, so sales. So 15 minutes a day, right? So pick a day of the week or maybe 2 days. If sales are something that you really need to grow, then maybe pick 2 days a week. Like I said, mine's kind of a hybrid of different things. So as we go through this, you're going to see how mine kind of goes. So for me, Mondays is all about personal development, okay? Personal development. So if I'm spending 15 minutes a day on a Monday, what am I going to focus on? Because for me, it's about pouring into myself, right? So for me on a Monday, what that looks like in my world is I'm not able to listen to every Monday since he does a leadership call. All right. So for directors and above, we have a leadership call. They kind of go over like the top selling items and, you know, little need to know facts. It's a 30-minute call, sometimes shorter, right? And I miss it because I'm usually sitting at a desk or running around like a crazy person at work, right? So I can't listen in. So on Mondays, I take the time when I get home from work, part of my time. I actually dedicate an hour a day. But again, if we're looking at just 15 minutes, then that's 15 minutes of something that you can work on for yourself, right? So doing a training for you. Maybe for you, if you're not a director and above, okay? Every Tuesday, Scentsy does a training call for all consultants. You can find this and you can watch replays, okay? It happens every Tuesday, right? But maybe you don't want to do it on Tuesday. You want to do it on a different day, whatever. So all you have to do is go to the training tab on your workstation, okay? So it's very easy. I'm doing it right along with you, so I know exactly how to tell you to get there. You're going to click on training. When that opens, you are going to see, first and foremost, let me see here. Where is my, so we've got the training events. So I'm going to click on training events. And I can see the upcoming trainings, okay? I get to see all the trainings that are coming. And then If you scroll down a little bit more, you see past trainings. So on 11/14, it was new in November. That was the training, okay? So it's right here. I can watch the video. I can pull this up and I can watch it. Here's my other little tidbit when it comes to watching a video, specifically when it's a training video or a YouTube video or anything like that. Here's how I usually get my fix in when it comes to training videos. I'm going to tell you. I don't really do well if I'm like sitting in my office and I'm like, oh, let me watch my training. Well, let me watch the leadership video from yesterday, right? I don't really focus like that. So for me, the way that I normally do that is I will usually do it while I'm doing something else, right? So I will have my phone or my iPad or laptop, whatever it is, and while I'm cooking dinner. Anybody else, when you're cooking dinner, right? You're like wanting to listen to something, maybe you want to watch something, maybe you've got a whole routine. That's when I kind of like will put something on. Okay, so I've got it going, I'm listening. I don't necessarily need to be watching, right? Some of these trainings, some you probably do. And that would be something that you do want to have that dedicated, okay, I want to sit down, I want to be able to take notes, I want to listen in intentionally, right? I'm like tuned into this one. Or if it turns into that, I will actually flag it for myself and I'll just like tell my watch or whatever and be like, set a reminder, and set a reminder for me to go back and watch it. So I can actually sit down and do it. But that's just an example, right? So that's my personal development. So maybe personal development is something, right? You're wanting to grow your business. Again, you're going to find that trainings are going to help you. And I would 1000% recommend building that into your weekly schedule in some point, in some shape or form. Maybe you like to listen to things, so you could listen to and here's the thing too, right? You don't have to do just Scentsy. I have found some of my greatest ideas when it comes to email marketing or social media, follow-up, sales, things like that, right? Just little productivity tips, things like that, from just listening to other podcasts in general, right? That are based around sales or direct sales or digital marketing and things like that, right? You can pick up little tidbits here and there. Those are...
Added that to the list. Let me know if you'd like to add a time or location. You can say something.
She was listening to me and she was trying to set a reminder for me. She's so sweet. Okay. So you can really build it around you and what works for you, right? If you're a reader, maybe you're a book person, so maybe it's taking time to do that. Whatever it is, filling your cup, right? Filling your cup, getting that personal development in, whatever that looks like. But just know that the training center on your workstation has a boatload of trainings over everything. If you're needing help in figuring out your workstation, maybe you're fairly newer and you're really trying to just kind of conquer the order process and closing parties or things like that, right? There are training videos that will walk you step by step how to do all of those things. How do I claim the host rewards? How do I utilize the perpetual party reward, right? All of those things can be found in your workstation under the training guide, okay? So under that training tab, you can find a video that will walk you through almost anything, well, literally anything you're really wanting to do when it comes to Scentsy itself, right? So that is a wonderful resource. Find time to pour into yourself. Again, break it up. If it's a 30-minute video, then break it up. If you're just doing 15 minutes, right? Break it up into 2 different days. Nobody says that there's a rule. Okay? Okay. You're going to work your business how you need to work your business. Tuesdays for me are all about team and training. Okay? So that is me putting out content, right? I'm giving on Tuesdays. Tuesdays are my givings, right? So I like to, as a leader, right? I'm running my reports. I'm doing shout outs. I'm sending emails. I'm doing all of those things. I am always doing a Tuesday training video. Here we are. Okay. That's what I do on Tuesdays. Wednesdays for me are all about follow-up. Follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. Follow-up. Okay, so if you are wanting to get better at follow-up, if you're wanting to increase your customer base, if you're wanting to increase your sales, if no one else has told you, I'm going to say it loud for the people in the back, follow up. is the key. Okay. The majority of my sales are from repeat customers because I make sure that I take care of my customers. Every single time when someone orders, I am sending them either a thank you text or an email or a Facebook message. It depends on kind of, where I'm at and how I'm working, right? I will send that out every single time someone orders. After their orders process, I will go through and I will contact them again. I hope you've had time to open up that box. I see that it arrived on, I'll click on the tracking number, right? Oh, look, it arrived on Saturday. Awesome. Hey, I see that it arrived on Saturday. I wanted to know, have you had a chance to open it? Have you sniffed anything? What's your favorite scent, right? I'll look through the order. Those are follow-up principles that you guys, when you start making those connections, when you start making follow-up a priority, your customers are going to come back time and time again. They're going to become so loyal to you that regardless if they see it on Facebook before you've even posted about it, they're asking you about the product. That's what my customers do with me because I make sure that I make them a priority. All right. Making your customers feel important is a huge piece of what we do in this business. If you haven't yet created a follow-up system, all right, there's videos about that. I've got videos on my YouTube. There's all kinds of videos. Follow-up can be done in a whole lot of different ways, okay? And I'm going to tell you from my heart, here's the thing. You are going to have to find the path that works best for you. I can tell you right here and now, I've done them all, okay? I've had the little recipe box with index cards where I've written everybody's names down. I've done like the accordion file where every time I get an order, I write down a physical order form and I put it in my accordion file for the month of November. There it is. All my November orders are right there. I've done it to where I've printed it out from my workstation, right? I'm like, oh, print. Okay, put it into my binder. I'm going to follow up on that order, right? There's so many different ways that you can do this. Now, I will say that our workstation has gotten so much better at being able to allow us to control the ways that we are really digging into our follow-up, okay? You can actually go into your order history. You can search by customer name. You can search by the type of order that they placed, right? Once a month, I go and I do a special mail out just for my Scentsy Club subscribers who their subscription ran for that month, right? So this month I'm working on, right, everything that happened in October. In December, I'll work on everybody's club who ran in November. So I can very easily go to my orders tab on my workstation. I can go down to order type, and then I can just click on Scentsy Club. And when I do that, I can even then adjust the dates. Maybe you are behind, and that's okay. It doesn't matter if it's been 3 months since you did any follow-up. I don't care. I don't care. You're going to start today. You're starting a new chapter, right? You are going to build this business, and this is how you do it, okay? Because let me tell you right here and right now, your customers do not care if you are late in following up. They want to hear from you. They want to feel important, right? We all want to feel important, but specifically when you are buying from an individual, from that small business, right? You are buying because you want that small business feel, right? When I get that follow-up order or that follow-up email or text when I've purchased a planner on Etsy or whatever, and they're like, hey, Jacqui, thanks so much for ordering that. How are you liking it? Do you have any questions about how you're using that planner? Whatever, right? I love getting those emails because it makes me feel seen. Like, oh my gosh, they recognize my order. That's super awesome, right? Now, a lot of the things that I order, I will tell you, I don't get samples on. I wish I did, but we are in the sample business, right? So these are perfect opportunities for us to reach back out and say, hey, you know what? Life has just gotten away from me. Has life been busy for you too? It has for me. And I want to say, I know that you ordered back in September and I just didn't get around to follow-ups. I want to say thank you for that order in September. And I also wanted to let you know that I'm mailing out samples of the December scent of the month, and I'm going to put one in the mail to you. Is your mailing address still, because I can look in the order history, right? I'm going to verify there, or I'm just going to copy and paste and put it in there. Is this still your mailing address? If so, I'm going to get this in the mail to you this week. Thanks so much for ordering through me. Here's the thing, right? It may have been 3 months. Maybe it's been 6 months. Maybe it's been 2 weeks. I don't know, right? Depends on where you are in your business. But there is no time limit on follow-up. I thought there was a time limit for a long time. And I was like, oh, shoot. Well, I missed those people back in September. Well, it's too late now. No, it is not. No, it is not. It is never too late to follow up. And here's the thing with people. They understand, right? Because why? Because they're human too. And if they were trying to work a business and take care of kids, or work another full-time business, or go to school, or take care of family, or whatever, right? They get it. They get it. And they like, oh, I understand, Jacqui. I totally understand. But I want to say thank you so much. I'm so excited to smell this new sample, right? It's amazing. Your customers are so forgiving. They're not there to judge you, right? They're not there to say, well, I ordered back in September. They're not going to get mad, okay? They're not. I promise you. I've done this myself. I myself have gotten behind, but I've gone back and done them, regardless of how long it's been. Make follow-up important, okay? 15 minutes a day. Take it, and honestly, like I said, it's a whole category for me. We're going to get to that. Thursdays for me are my reach out. They are when I am really following up with either hosts, any parties that I have outstanding, anybody who I'm looking to talk to book ahead, right? Like we're here towards the end of November. Well, Thursday is the end of the month, right? But we are here, right? I'm already booking out into December. I'm looking to get those customers. I'm looking to book those parties. So on Thursdays, that's when those communications are going to be going out. Here's the thing, y'all. When I say you can do this in 15 minutes, here's how I do that. I use email marketing, okay? I use email to reach my customers, okay? That's like my main communication. Maybe for you, it's project broadcast. Maybe for you, it is boards, whatever your system is, right? Fill in the blank with what works for you, okay? But for me, it's email. And so I sit down on Sundays, and we'll get to that, but I have already written up an email that is ready and will be automatically going out on Thursday. So I already know that that piece is taken care of. That communication is going out to those customers, to those potential hosts, because I have a whole segment. I use Flowdesk, and I've got a video on that with a whole thing, right? But I use segments to pull out and say these people are hosts or former hosts or looking to host, right? And then I also have one that I create that I run, will send out once a month. And those are to people who are looking to have the opportunity of Scentsy, right? To become a Scentsy consultant. And so I already have those emails set, ready to go. And so on Thursdays, right, I don't have to take time to write an email. I don't have to take time to figure out who the heck I'm sending it to, because I've already done that on another day. So on Thursdays for me, it really looks more or less like I am going back through messages, right? Like I will go to my Facebook business page. Sometimes things get lost in there. Let's be honest. It's a mess for me, but I go through those. I will go through YouTube messages. I will go through Instagram messages, like things that I have missed, right, in those communications. And that's really a good cleanup day for me. All right. Fridays are my second follow-up day. It is follow-up Friday. So I take another day during the week, and that's when I am usually putting together happy mail for follow-up, right, for those people. So I'm kind of doing double duty, right? Because for me, again, follow-up is its own category, and it needs its own time slot, okay? It's such a big important thing for me that I do take 2 days to do it. All right. Usually the communication piece is done on Wednesday. Friday is more of the action piece for me. Okay. That is putting the samples in the mail, actually getting the stamps, sending them out, right? Because it does me no good to make up samples and have them sit here in the office. They are not making me money. They are not making my customers happy. They have absolutely no idea that meat at the mistletoe smells flipping amazing because I haven't sent it out yet. It's not doing me any favors by sitting here, right? So on Fridays, it goes out the door. So that becomes follow-up, all right? So maybe you need to make some quick samples. Again, take 15 minutes, set your timer. It depends on what you're able to do. And there may be some days that you're like, oh, okay, I can do a whole hour on that day because it's like Fridays, right? It's the end of the week. If it's like anything like mine, right? I'm like, oh, I don't have to set an alarm for tomorrow. Okay. So some days I do allow myself a little bit more time. It just depends on what your schedule looks like. But if you only have 15 minutes, then you use those 15 minutes. But you're intentional on what you're going to be doing. On Saturdays for me, it's all about the social media, okay? It's all about the social media. I will create posts and I will schedule them out. I just use Facebook. It's free. I use Facebook and I do that. I schedule posts. I will then go out and I will do posts and pins on Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I'm also looking for recipes at the same time. I'm not going to lie. I do a little bit of double duty there when I'm on the Pinterest. But it's also me because I am home on Saturdays, right? I'm not, some days we're running errands or there's something going on. But for the most part, I've got more free time available. But if I only had 15 minutes, what would I do on a Saturday? I would take content pictures for my social media, right? So maybe I would take some bars or a scent pack, right, and stylize it. Maybe take a pretty picture next to the open window. Okay, you don't have to have the fancy equipment to do all of this, guys. Go to the window, use your natural light, open the window up, move a table next to it. I don't care what it looks like. Put a white piece of paper under it. You can go to the, here's another tip too. Oh, I wish I had them out. I think, well, they're way over there. I'm not going to dig for them. If you're trying to dress up your pictures, okay? I'm always looking to dress up my pictures, by the way. But if you go to your local craft store in the craft section or at the Dollar Tree, okay, $1.25 tree, you can go in there. You can get like scrapbook paper, like 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. And they come in all kinds of different designs. The ones that I have are mostly like neutral colors. I've got some that look like wooden planks, right? That it looks like a table of wooden planks. I've got different colors of wooden plank paper. But you can get pieces of paper, right? For usually like 10, 50 cents, whatever, for a piece of paper. And that becomes my backdrop, right? So I'll kind of lay that down on the table. I'll maybe push the table closer to the window so I can get that natural light, lay down my bar, like it's a table. You put it on top of there, right? You're going to kind of frame it and then you take the picture from above, poof, right? And it looks so cute. It looks more professional. It looks nice. It looks pretty. And here's where we talk about the in real life pictures, the IRL pictures, the user generated content. Okay. I don't care what Scentsy you have around your house. I don't care if you have a package of pods and maybe you've already used the pods and they're dead, right? I don't care if they're dead or not. I'll save the package, right? Because you can take a picture of this later, okay? You can pose it. You can put it next to the little, the tabletop diffuser, right? Boom, boom, picture, right? Put it against your little paper background, on your kitchen table, on the kitchen counter, whatever, right? Dress it up, okay? Then you have content that you can then use for however you want to use it. Right? You want to remind people how you're using Scentsy, the things that you love, the products that we have. So whatever it is that you might have laying around, you need to be taking pictures of it. Okay? Okay. We can talk to Lisa Sanderson. And if you're in need and if you're like, I just can't do it, Jacqui, well, then you can go to Lisa Sanderson's page and she has all the pictures of all the things. Okay? That's what she does, is she gives us all of those things to use. So that's my Saturday. Sunday is my planning ahead day. Okay? I talked earlier about writing those emails in advance. That's usually when I do them. You know how I do them? I'm not usually here in my office because for me, it's Sunday fun day, people. Okay? I like to rest. So I am usually on the couch with my MacBook propped up, probably watching something stupid on TV or listening to some ambient music on YouTube. And I am writing emails and scheduling them out. I'm using the pictures that I took on the Saturday, right? And putting that into my emails because I want my customers to see my pictures. Okay? You're getting the concept of how all of this ties into each other, right? So I take the time on Sundays. Again, it can just be 15 minutes. Take 15 minutes. Write that email. Write out those posts, right? Maybe you want to have content for Instagram, right? So for me, a lot of that is content, right? It's content driven for me because I utilize Instagram a lot. I've started even pushing out more on TikTok. Here's the thing though, right? I can use that content on all of those different social media platforms. Okay. So on Saturdays, I'm creating reels. I will sit there for about 30 minutes. No lie. I will sit there for 30 minutes and I will just knock out as many reels as I can knock out. Most times it is me filling or changing the wax. Other times it's me, doing the cover photo of the wax and all the dishes. You guys know I love those, right? Maybe it's a flat lay of me doing something. Maybe it's me making sample, whatever it is, right? I'm making those reels on Saturday. So then on Sunday, when I'm scheduling out my content, whether it's for my emails, whether it's scheduling the posts to go out on my Facebook, my VIP pages, right? All of that's there and done. All of that's there and done. I don't even have to put a face on to be able to do all this, right? Because I'm already done. I did it the other day. All of those pieces are working together. So when I do that, right, again, take your 15 minutes a day to do all of these things, right? Just be intentional and then pick your days. What works best for you? How does your business look, right? What do you want it to look like? What do you want to focus on? That's what you want to do. Be intentional with your time. And so what happens if you do that consistently every day, even 15 minutes a day on each of those specific topics? You have now touched every area of your business. What did I tell you my top business topics were, right? Sales, sponsoring, retaining, and follow-up, okay? Sales, talking to my customers, answering those emails, doing the follow-ups, okay? That's part of sales, okay? The sponsoring, that's when I'm reaching out. I'm sending those emails to those people who have already shown interest in the business opportunity, or maybe I'm sending out messages. I've got a host kit to give away, right? Whatever it is. I've gotten all of that out of the way. Then I've got, what did I say? Sales sponsoring. I should have written this down. Sales sponsoring, retention. Sorry. Retention. Hello. Training, right? I'm working to not only retain my business, but I'm really trying to help my team, right? So I'm reaching out. I am doing those trainings. I'm doing those shout outs. Maybe it's team mail, sending out the magnets, whatever it is, right? So that is kind of that retention piece, pouring back into my team, my group, to all the Scentsy consultants. That's why I put things on YouTube, right? So all people have access to what I'm putting out there, and hopefully they're finding value in it, okay? And then finally follow up, right? I take 2 days for follow up, right? 2 days, because it's that important to me and my business. So what are the things that you want to focus on? And then make yourself a schedule that you are going to do these things on those days. And then do them. That's the key part. And then do them again the next week. And then do them the next week after that. And again, and again, and again. And you are going to find, if you do this consistently, for 90 days, 3 months, if you do this for 3 months, you are going to find that your business is building. All right. Take your stats from the day that you start doing this, and then mark out on your calendar, right? 90 days or 3 months from that day. And I want you to look and compare. Have your sales increased? Has your customer retention gotten better? Have you started to find more hosts? Has your PRV increased? Have you started to sponsor team members? Are those team members are they engaging more, right? All of those things, I promise you, you are going to see an increase. That is how you are able to work this business successfully, have that side gig income, the full-time income. For me, it's my second full-time job. My second full-time job. That's it. This business is it. It pays for the roof above my head, okay? I didn't do that overnight. I did that by being consistent and being intentional with what I need to do in my business to move it forward. With sales, with sponsoring, with giving back to my team and my group. By following up with my customers. 15 minutes a day, you are going to find that your business is going to be better for it. And, spoiler alert, you may even find, I'm going to spend more time. You're going to find it more enjoyable even after a month of doing this, every single week for a month, you are going to find that it's going to start to be second nature. And you're just going to know, it's Thursday. So Thursday, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my follow-ups today. And I'm going to reach out to those people who their Scentsy Club process last month. So I'm going to do that on Thursday. That's going to be my touch base day, right? That's going to be the day that I do my touch points with my customers. And you're just going to know. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to look at it. You just know, okay, at the end of the day or in the morning, whenever it is that you're working your business, I've got 20 minutes today. That's what I'm going to be working on because it's Thursday, right? You already know. You're going to have a habit formed and you're not even going to realize that you formed a habit. It's amazing how this stuff works. All right. So working your business can be very daunting, but if you put it in perspective, if you set yourself up for success, if you plan how you're going to be doing it, you are going to find that it's not as crazy as you thought it might be. And you're going to find that your business is going to grow because of it. If you guys have theme days, I would love it for you guys to drop them down in the comments and let me know, what days do you pick as your theme days? What does your week look like to you? Is the 15 minutes a day program something you think that you could try in your business, right? If you're really looking to grow in your business, is this something that you think you could really commit to doing? I want to know. Is this something that you want to try and start? Because I want to encourage you to do that, okay? I want you guys to really start getting yourself into the mindset, into the habit of building these essential skills in your business. And you're going to really see results from it all. But I want to be able to help you and also to be there when it's happening, when those promotions start happening, because you know I'm over here cheering and doing a happy dance for you. All right, guys, there you go. I will see you again next week. It is time for me to do some shout outs because that's what I do. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.